Okay, so our second data type in this chapter that we're going to cover is the list. And we'll be talking a lot more about lists later in the semester, but we'll talk a little bit about them right now. A list is like the string. It's a sequence type in that we have that indexing behind the scenes, that zero-based indexing. But the list is also called a container type in that it contains other objects. So for example, this list contains a bunch of string objects, okay? So I have created a list called shopping list, and I have populated my list with some items that I want to buy at the store. And this is a comma delimited list of items. Note that the list uses square brackets to contain those items, okay? So yeah, so it's pretty easy to create a list and populate your list. And I can print the contents of my list. Let me see. I'm not sure how Python is going to handle this. Let me see what kind of output we get. We're going to print all the items. Oh, okay. So it's going to print the list, you know, almost like the way it looked when I populated it, exactly like that almost. But you know, we'll look at ways later on to print, you know, a list like in a column, like an actual shopping list with a vertical column of items. So I won't do that in this video though. Okay, so what if I wanted to access individual elements in the list by index? I can do that too. So let's say I want to print the first item in the list and the second item in the list. I just have to call upon their indexes in square brackets. Okay, we saw that with the string as well. And it will return those first two items in the list, the bread and the coffee in this case. Okay, so lists are mutable, meaning we can change them. It's not like the string. We talked about the string is immutable. It's kind of set in stone in memory. But lists are mutable. You can add and remove items from the list. Now, adding items to the list, I want to show you something. If you have coded in the past, you might be tempted to do something like this, like, oh, okay, I'm going to add, let's see, we have 0, 1, 2, 3. I'm going to add a fourth element. I'm going to try to at least. Let's say I want to pick up a bag of French fries. Okay, frozen fries. And then I'm going to run that. So I have an error. I have a runtime error here. You cannot just add an item to a list like that. What we have to do, there's a method. There's what we call the append method. So we can append an item to the list, and that's what we'll do here. So we'll say shopping list dot append. I will append the fries. Okay, and then if I print the contents, there they are. It did work. Okay, so yeah, so to add an item to the list, you have to use the append method. That is how we do it. Now, removing items from a list, you do have a couple of choices. One choice, if you know the index of the thing you want to remove, you can use what is called the pop method. So I'm going to just pop. Let's say I want to remove the first one, the bread. I know that it has an index of 0. So I can just pop the bread off at index 0, and it'll be gone. You see? Okay, so pop, you remove by index. We'll say pop removes by index. Now, what if I have 100 things on my shopping list? Let's say I'm throwing a party and I need 100 things. I don't know what index is what. So maybe a better way, a more intuitive way of removing an item from a list is to use the remove method and remove it by name. So for example, let's say I don't need pizza. I already have a couple in the freezer. So I'm going to remove the pizza by name. Say we'll say removes by name, by the item name. So let me print the contents. We'll make sure that pizza is gone. And it's gone.